All right, let's stay with this story. The Mineral Resources Department has condemned illegal mining activities in Springs. The department saying what's happening in that area is illegal and it constitutes a criminal offence. Let's try and get a little bit more now, and we are joined by Advocate Mmadikeledi Moloto, who is the department's Deputy Director for Compliance, Monitoring and Enforcement. DDG, good evening to you. Thank you very much for your time. Let's understand the fuller context of your statement. We know that what you're saying is taking place there is illegal, but give us the fuller context. What could potentially happen to people who are conducting themselves in an illegal manner in that area?
Good evening and good evening to you, to your viewers as well. From the department side, we are very clear because we've got a law that we called Mineral and Petroleum Resources Development Act. And in terms of that act, anyone in South Africa who wants to conduct any mining activities need to follow a process of applying in terms of that act so that they are assisted and then get a permit or whatever kind of application they applied for. In this case, we can confirm that those people that are there, they did not apply for any process in terms of our law. Therefore, whatever activities that they are doing, they are not authorized and is illegal activities. And we've been saying illegal activities cannot be allowed. Illegal mining activities cannot be allowed while we've got laws in this country that are very clear on how to apply for a mining permit or any other license.
Yeah. There might be people who sympathize with what is going on there, because at the core of what the people who are doing the digging as we speak are saying is that poverty is what is driving them. Is there a way that the department can come in and say, you haven't applied for what you are doing here, but let's assist you, but it is obviously going to be premised on whether or not there are gold deposits? Is there a way to deal with this in that way, or the department views this as criminality, finish and clear?
Firstly, we view this as criminality because it's not authorized. However, we go to the extent of saying we are ready to assist people who want to be assisted, people who want to work within the framework of the law. We are prepared for people to come to our offices. We've got offices throughout the country. Our office in Gauteng is situated in Johannesburg. Anybody who wants to be assisted, you come to our office and then we assist you. We also have the system online, but we understand that some communities might not be able to have the tools like your laptop data to apply. We're saying come to the office, we take you through the process to apply. We also have assistance in terms of small-scale mining, and that we've got funding as well to assist those who want to be assisted, because you need to understand that we can only help people who want to be helped, but people who decide to take the law into their hands and go to start digging, that cannot be allowed.
The process of applying for small-scale mining, how long is that process? And is there some kind of public education to give to people who are desperate to put food on the table? And I say this with, or being conscious of what the leader of this department or the political leader of the department has been saying, and that is that people are conducting themselves illegally and the country is losing millions, if not billions, every year to illegal mining. So help us understand this in that way.
It is true, the minister is being on record saying people who decide to take their own calculated risks, we cannot assist them. And I'm repeating myself to say people need to come to our offices and get assisted. And in terms of the small-scale mining permits, we do have those kind of permits that go through the process. You apply, an application fee is just 100 Rand to apply. And beside that, need to submit certain documents like your environmental reports. And we're saying, in terms of those processes that cost a lot of money, we've got a fund within the department that we assist. We have assisted about 21 small-scale miners ever since we started this process for the 24-25 financial year.
Yeah.
And currently we're busy assessing application. People came, they applied. We are currently assisting them to go through the process to make sure, because we are aware that applying for a mining license or mining permit is costly, and that's why we've established these funds to assist. So in terms of the process, you apply using the 100 Rand, and then in a period of 8 to 12 months, remember you need to go through, do the environmental assessment reports, the environmental assessment, and those things take time, because you need a specialist to help you to make sure that the environment is safe. You need to do a health and safety assessment report, and in all those reports, they take a process of about 8 to 12 months. And we're saying we are here to assist. There is fund in the department to assist small-scale miners. If they want to be assisted, they must come to the department for assistance.
Yeah, that's a very helpful explanation there, Deputy Director General. But you and I will understand that these are people who probably are going to say their stomachs are pushing them more. It's a desperate situation to try and put food on the table, and so they can't wait for 8 to 12 months until such time that there is some investigation as to whether they can conduct what they have been doing there. Talk to us about the implications of what they are doing, because up until law enforcement intervenes there, that is going to continue. The understanding is that within a week, law enforcement has indicated that what is going on there will have come to an end by the end of this week. But while we wait for that, the impact on not only the environment, but the water source. There is some kind of a water source that we saw close to that area, and this is where they clean this sand. And yesterday, I listened to them carefully. They're saying that they also use mercury in order to try and therefore separate the sand in order to almost elucidate the particles, the gold particles. Talk to us about the environmental impact, particularly the poisoning of the water source there. What could the implication be if they are allowed to continue with this up until such time that the environment is impacted irreversibly, so to speak?
They cannot be allowed to continue, because if we allow them to continue, like you rightfully said, so it's going to damage the environment, and then our water sources are also going to be impacted. More so, we've got a water problem currently in the country, so we cannot allow them to continue damaging even further. They need to be warned of the dangers and the risk of what the activities that they are doing in terms of health and safety. If anything happened there, something fall, we don't know even though where the area is, if it's got subsidence, if it's gonna fall down, we don't know. Even the heaps that they are creating currently, we don't know if they're eventually going to fall on them and will have loss of life. And this is what we're trying to prevent, to encourage them to say they need to leave the site. This is not an authorized mining site, it's an illegal site which has dangers and risks in terms of health and safety, and they need to desist doing that illegal process.
Yeah. Finally, talk to us about what the response of the department is to the criticism that says small-scale mining, or what is legally called artisanal mining, is not big enough in South Africa, and so it needs expansion. And the longer it takes for that expansion to happen, you're going to see more and more of not only what's happening in Springs, but the illegal miners that are putting people's lives at risk. That's the criticism that's being put at your doorstep. What do you say?
We do accept the criticisms, though it's unfair from our side. And I said earlier that we only assist people who come to the department and ask for assistance. But illegal miners, obviously, they don't come to department for assistance. And we've got evidence of people who came to the department we have assisted. And I said, since we started this process, 24-25 financially, we have already assisted 21 people, and then we have spent about 64 million in all the project of these people. If people want to be legalized, they must come to the department. We are available and ready to assist them. But those who decide that they're going to disrespect the law of the country and put their life at risk and conduct illegal activities, those cannot be condoned. And we said illegal mining is an illegal activity and must be dealt with like any other illegal activity in the country through law enforcement. Ourselves, we use pen and paper regulation. We assist people, we explain to them, we take them through the process in terms of the law.
Advocate Mmadikeledi Moloto, she is the Department of Minerals and Petroleum DDG, Deputy Director General, basically for compliance, monitoring and enforcement. Thank you.